Hello there. Completely impromptu stream, but I don't care. I couldn't sleep, so I'm gonna finish Pathologic. I think that's a good plan. Anyway, hello there. Happy New Year. Except to those still living in the past. But you can't help it, so... Happy New Year whenever it is New Year for you. But anyway, that's basically my only plan for today, actually. Finish Pathologic, so on the next scheduled stream we can actually start the Legacy of Kain series playthrough, which I do actually admit I still have some things to set up, but this will give me a reason to do more work in actually getting it prepped properly and fully. That's about it. I really don't have anything special. After the last stream, I've just slept, spent some time with wife Travert, and here I am again. It's less than 2 hours into the new year here, and now it's time to really make sure that there's a clean slate for the year and finish off the Bachelor playthrough in Pathologic. Hopefully this year will be a little bit better for everyone. All of the woes of the last couple of years will hopefully slowly start normalizing, and with any luck, maybe even component prices will go down one day. But I know that's a pipe dream. Anyway, without any further ado, main screen, turn on. Right, so the last time we left pretty late, actually. We're in day 11 of the Bachelor's playthrough. We've done most of the quests there already. We did it early in the morning of the 11th day. And now we did get another quest, but I decided we're not going to start that the last time because I knew I wouldn't have time to do much. So instead, we will now respond to the invitation of the Kains. The time has come. She's calling for you. If our hopes come true, the new mistress will return to the town, and in so doing, signify the end of the pestilence. We put our trust in you. We'll love you. N and S, which is probably the Nina and Simon, so there's some kind of a soul resurrection belief thing going on in the Kain family. Do we have any food? So let's go meet them. So I think we are supposed to go see Maria Kain and her father. So I just noticed one thing. Whoopsie. There we go. Alright. So many people getting shot here today. I'm just wondering how many people are going to be left after the pandemic here. If anyone. Okay, we can't go there. How about here? There we go. Hello? Anybody home? Hi. How's it going?
Who is it walking upstairs?
Maria is getting ready to become a mistress. Do you know about Mistresses Bachelor Dankovsky? Yes, I've heard about the mistresses. Something premonitions and stuff like that. We're not sure if we ought to be happy or sad. The joy could not be greater if she were to become a mother, for today a wondrous creature will be born. But the sorrow is also great. Maria is leaving. We used to have a beloved daughter, and today we are going to lose her. You've written that the coming of a mistress will stop the pestilence. Why? It won't stop it, it will herald it. You'll be the one to stop the pestilence, Bachelor Denkovsky. Your path and Maria's run parallel for now, and close to each other too. One thing I know for sure, when a mistress comes, the filth will be gone from our lives. They are incompatible. Well, I want to see Maria. It is too late now. Maria is unconscious. Her latest fit came last night. She came to for a brief while and then fell back into the depths. She will wake up soon, and I believe my daughter will be able to rise from the depths to which she's descended. Then why did she summon me? My daughter had two final wishes, to talk to her mother and to visit the other two chrysalises. She can do neither now. I don't think she will ever talk to her mother again, but she must see the future mistresses. They must acknowledge her. Anything I can do to help? Someone needs to take the symbols of succession from these chrysalises. They know what this is about because they can also feel this awakening. It is very much possible that Capella knows who has inherited the title of Katarina, the usurping mistress of the earth. She was, after all, the leader of one of the powers while we were dead. But why me? Maria did choose you. She specifically pointed out that she didn't want a stranger's hand to touch the rings that will forever adorn her body. Well, fine, I guess. Get ready for the coronation. The Canes are a strange lot. The decline of the family is apparent. You can almost see the enormous cloud of foreboding that sprawls over the roof of the crucible. Still, they seem to rejoice in understanding that their imminent death is nothing compared to the bliss that the birth of a new mistress will bring. Victor says that the attributes of her power should be collected from Capella and from the Changeling. So we gotta go talk to Olgimski's daughter and then Katerina, who may know where the Changeling is. Assuming the Changeling hasn't moved away from the military outpost in the town hall, because she was there earlier. We might actually check over there as well. Go to the town hall first, see... Almost ran into that cloud. See if the Changeling is still there. And then... also go to Capella. We also need to get some more food. I think I've already emptied that store, but there were more food stores. Oh, ambushed by a rat. I think there were more food stores on the eastern part of town. Earth District, I guess. Oh, didn't I save... Hi. Well, crud. I didn't save after... Well, shit. Okay, never mind. We're gonna have to do the talking again. But I'm gonna skip the dialogue because we went through that already. I gotta keep remembering to quick save. Point is, my plan still stands. We should go and meet Capella, of course. See if the Changeling is in the town hall. If not, then we need to go talk to Katerina. See if she knows where the Changeling is.
It's like something is pulling my...
That's kind of my plan. There we go. Quest acquired. And now let's go and meet those future mistresses. This time I remembered that, Cloud. Do I have any weapons equipped, by the way? No. Good. I can punch some rats in case I need to. Last time we were ambushed by one right over here. Alright. Hello there, Cloud. This, I think, is the town hall, so let's check it out. If the changeling is there. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a bunch of plague clouds trying to get me. Hi, changeling. I've got something to say.
This false Georgi is no Georgi at all. Another person has been living in his body for 2 days now.
Oh. That's nice. Anyway, all of you are obsessed with murder and destruction. Why doesn't it occur to any of you that you can heal without cutting the sick parts off? By the way, 2 days ago I received a little letter from you. What was it supposed to mean? Take it at face value, Bachelor. Nothing has to be broken, believe me. This town is alive. As for you and Haruspex, you are demons, deceived and ruthless. Your eyes are white, for you are blind. Your tongues are red, for your thirst for blood. Yourselves are invincible, for you are hollow. One of you wants to decapitate it, another to slice away its body. And you? Now I will keep everything. Both of you are destined to fail. Both of you will ruin that which can live united. United tragically, but united still. Let them argue, let them deny one another, but that is exactly how it grows. The town is inconceivable without the tower, and the town is impossible without the town. Are you going to keep it all? It's impossible. True, it can only happen miraculously. You can't do that. Just trust me. That will be your miracle. Although Burak doesn't need that anymore. He's paid for his thickness in spades. I can do that. We'll see. Your letter was impressive. If I ever get out of here, I'm gonna keep it as a memento this trip. But I do have something else
sick.
as well.
The world is going dark.
I've come to you on behalf of Maria Cana, Clara. Why should I care for you, Maria Cana? Yesterday I might have been afraid of her, but now I'm beginning to feel my own power. Also, I'm not the mistress of Earth. She's mistaken. Really? You take me for another person. Then what is the nature of the power you're beginning to feel? My power is not of this world. Do you understand? No, I don't. It's now really the time to talk about it. So what does Maria want with me? Nothing special, simple formality. You must acknowledge her. Is that all? Do you even understand that it will be hell? There will be a sorcerer queen. She'll remake everything living for the sake of her ideals and miracles. She'll build a living utopia, an insult to everything that brings men closer to kingdom come. Do you acknowledge her? Yes, take it. This is for the better. This ring will remind her of where the true power not actually lies, the knot of life-bearing powers. Oh, so you do know the protocol of inter-mistress relations? There we go, see? I remembered where she was. Was that another letter? Yes, it was. A warning letter from the Harrisbecks. I have news to share, Onion. I found the thing that you were looking for the day before yesterday. Please avoid any rash decisions. At least till you've spoken to me. Meet me at the works in a vault beneath the corpulent workshop. What is the corpulent workshop? Which even was works? If this is Earth... These are the only kinds of fucking workshops that I can think of. See, this is a good example of what I was actually talking about. The kind of, what's the word again? I'm trying to remember the fucking words. But my mind is drawing a blank. Vague is close enough, so I'll use that. The kind of vague nature of instructions in the game at this point. Because I'm at a point where I don't know all of the places they are trying to drive me towards. I don't know what a corpulent workshop is. Somebody may have mentioned it someday, but I have no fucking idea. So I'm supposed to find a place that's not marked with the name that I'm being told on the map. That's really one of the only problems I actually have with the game. Oh, and I just realized, can I meet Capella if she's sick? Yeah, fine. Give them the schmauder. I also need to talk to them. Hi.
Guests are always welcome here.
I realize what your visit means. I speak on Maria's behalf. Well, it's for the better. A new colorful star is rising in our skies. For the first time in many years, all hail its ascent. You're happy? I thought Maria and you were rivals. Look, this is simply insulting. Would I be worthy of being called a mistress in the future, if not right now? If I put my pride and personal interests above the needs of a dying town? A mistress will bring our town back to life, so her coming is a blessing. But this town won't be in tune with your design at all. Yes, I realize this. Who knows how many years will pass before I come into power? Very many, perhaps. And the only thing left for me will be taking up residence into the town Maria will have built and accepting the place she will have appointed to me, if there is one. So it cannot be changed now, can it? No, it can't. Well, I was so close. But the town is better off with a dark mistress than with none at all. We cannot stall any longer. Especially dark doesn't really mean evil. Nina wasn't a dark mistress. She was a mistress of the night. They even called her Scarlet. Scarlet Nina. Scarlet Maria. Do you acknowledge her power? Here. Give Maria my beads. This jewelry belonged to my mother. An antique work made of the bone of a steppe bull. These bulls are extinct now. Here. See? The protective bands are carved upon the spikes. I acknowledge her power. Let her reign better than wild Nina did. Thank you. Don't be sad. Makes you want to play Morrowind. Yeah, it's also one of those things that I've actually kind of wanted to play for quite a while, but I really haven't in a long time.
Yes?
Please don't talk so close to my ear. I am gonna Google what the fuck is the Corpulent Workshop. Alright. It is the factories. First thing first, let's take these items back to Maria. I kind of want to finish the quest before starting potentially another one. Whoop. Yeah, I just haven't played any of the Elder Scrolls in ages. Oh, fuck. Come on, you. Aw, poop. But if I would, it probably would be Morrowind. I did enjoy Oblivion after it was modded. Mostly, you know, getting rid of the whole scaling thing, because the scaling thing made the game really fucking silly. Other than that, I thought the game was fine. Skyrim had its moments, but I just couldn't get into it. I mean, I did play it quite a lot in the end, but I've never had a desire to really go back to it. And it's only one of those games that I haven't actually played to the end of the main story. It just didn't drive me in that way. It was more of a, yeah, it's fun to explore, but when you've explored enough, it's one of those, okay, yeah, I've had my share. Everything will be decided tomorrow. The black muzzles of the cannons ready to begin the bombardment. So this is what the dark void of death looks like. So the true nothingness, unlike true magic, can indeed be firmly grasped with a steel ring and one of a not particularly large caliber at that.
God damn it!
Hi, Pal Jones.
Shut up, Thunderlane! Shut up! You don't know! Shut up!
Also, hi, Thunderlane. I need to change that to the other thing, which I've forgotten to do. And yeah. Happy New Year. Yeah, let's hope that 2022 is a little bit better than 2021. Someone's tried to assure me recently that such things cannot be grasped. Okay, so it wasn't to you. Can I go see Maria now? Apparently. I should have read that. Oh. Hi, Tuba.
Did he discover you in the new year of 2020?
I have no idea because I have no memory. But how are you doing, Tuber? And thank you very much for your 16 months of being a citizen to the wonderful country of Total Real Finland. Trademarked. Thank you very much for your support. A Above the statues of the mistress, the air is heavy, as though a thunderstorm was upon us. I could swear I've seen a shade of Scarlet Nina's silhouette, and the statue rushed towards the crypt's gate. She was moving fast, but was in no hurry, as though she walked without touching the ground with her feet. Oh, let me see. It's impossible. The lady is sleeping. She cannot be disturbed now, however important an occasion. Only the lady's maids are allowed inside, and they are tending to her body. Well, I brought relics for her. You cannot go in now. If you do have them, better bring them back to Nina. She remains the Scarlet Mistress for now. Well...
Outsider! Stop!
How you doing, sailor? You're a very devoted young man. Where the fuck would that be, then? Maria's left the crucible, but the relics must be given to her in person. Where did she go? Nina's grave, but where is it? Is it one of those big... Oh! I think I know. Maybe it's these ones. So there are these big thingies right behind their house. But yeah, hope those of you who have had a nice switch to the new year have had a nice switch to the new year. Can I take this? I found free food. And those who will have.
Scanning. Control.
And Jin, thank you very much for spreading the wonders of the North. And to those who the change of the year is still in the future, I hope it will be a fun one. There we go. Hi, tit tassels. No, this is definitely not me. Not your Maria anymore, but neither the Scarlet one yet. Nothing of mine is here. Touch my flesh and your hands will only feel air. Well, anyway, here are some jewels and shit I got from Clara and Capella, so have fun. The Scarlet Mistress. But it matters not, so if a miracle happens, if those who must remain alive by my design are still alive by tomorrow, is the merciless powers that be disregard us, like they used to, then we will be able to contest the ruthless laws of existence. The dream will prevail. There will be a new utopia. What is utopia for you, Maria? It is not the tower end, Daniel. It is the whole town. A utopia is not the dream of mercantile prosperity, sensible social structure, or political fairness. To us, it's the mystical manifestation of a world inscrutable and inaccessible for men. Who am I speaking to? The mouth is yours, but neither the voice nor the choice of words is. Indeed, keep listening. This world exists, but it cannot be touched, ever. It can reveal itself obliquely, but inevitably dies under direct scrutiny. It has a built-in essential stealth mechanism that launches self-destruction when the world is trapped. Is the reason for the plague? Probably. Luckily for us, even the most well-adjusted mechanisms fail, and the two worlds do still touch sometimes. Antibodies collide, and then they go against the laws of self-preservation, merging into a wondrous symbiosis rather than dying. This is the state of utopia, an earthly form of an unearthly miracle. And so you have constructed this town. Is this what an embodiment of miracle looks like? Yes, we have. We could create a mind-boggling place of rock crystal, sapphire walls, emerald roofs, and ruby pavements. A place akin to those you've used to see in children's fairy tales about fairy countries. But this place is inhabited by people of flesh and blood. Why are you so surprised? Why the dirt and the pedestrianism? Why the dishevelled walls, the rusty beams, the drain covers? Is this really what a utopia looks like? Precisely. This is what differentiates a utopia from a dream. There is a top in utopia, but don't let the word deceive you. It's all about what's down below, and it requires dirt. A ruby firmament needs something to sit atop. Otherwise it would topple. A utopia can appreciate the earthly and the humane in their raw homeliness. That is why we have blood-stained abattoir, the rotten field, the dens and earth, the collective names of the poorer districts itself. Is that so? A utopia needs the cult of bulls, a living echo of the time when a human and bestial world sung in unison. Beastliness lies at the heart of our civilization. Dirt, blood, manure, devourment, skins, meat, and bone tools. This is what the human civilization of creators originates from. But how is it miraculous? Earth represents the miracle of the anthropophobic steppe merging with the human world. The settlement represents the miracle of turning a society of devourers into a society of creators. The very logic of this town's existence is a miracle in and of itself. When the process of its creation has reached a peak, the cathedral has been built. It has been a failure, though. And then the polyhedron was created. Yes, the tower on the other side has become the representation of the final metamorphosis, a miracle of merging the realm of possibilities with the realm of impossible. And if it's all so perfect, why is there a plague? I do not know, Entanil. It is not our fault. The town could not bear this tension, this heat. Oh well, we shall restart it then. There is no death. We do not fear it. See, dead and incorporeal, I am still present, a restless soul destined to come back eternally. I see. Yeah, Baldur, I heard about the whole Betty White dying. But maybe it's for the better. She has given us a crappy end to 2021, so 2022 can start better. Let's take it as a gift of sorts. What's the future like? It's still 2021 here. Pretty cold and slippery, actually. There's now snow on top of the ice, and it's really awful. But other than that, it's pretty good. Happy this year and hello from the future for them who live in the past. Yeah. And happy this year to you too, Jin. Even though you've been in isolation since the 23rd, I feel it's been a good New Year's Eve. There we go. That sounds good. Not the isolation part, but the good New Year's Eve part. It's good that it hasn't gotten any worse. Shame it hasn't gotten any better, though. Well, only time will tell, Thunderlane. 2021 had a lot of time to show how crappy it was, so let's see how 2022 uses that time. Randy Savage was an end-of-year sacrifice in 2012. Betty White was our sacrifice of 2021. Let's see. 12, 21. Those are mirrored. Coincidence? I think so. So these are the steps of the mistress. These are no longer the decision of a child in exaltation, but strategies worthy of a ruler. I won't hesitate to lead the children out of the tower at her behest. But the source of the disease must be eradicated first. Well, we still haven't found any of those. Granted, there is still one more day left in the game. I do want to go see the Haruspecs now. Because he did say he knows probably something about the source of the disease. They died 9 years apart. 9 is 4 plus 5. 4 and 5. 45. 45 means... I don't know. The amount of dollars I need to buy some really good pizzas for my family. Okay, that was a bad one. My third eye is opening. No, that's just diarrhea from all the Christmas food. Okay, that's blocked. Yep, Jin, those exist now. Oh, fuck. Okay, could you please hurry up quickly? Please, quickly. Go away before that thing touches me. Thank you. They were sacrificed so Finn could get pizzas. Yes. What's so wrong about that? Come on, a man has to eat, Thunderlane. And if I can get celebrities to sacrifice themselves so I can eat some really good pizzas, well, I'm not gonna say no. And worse things have happened. Speaking of things that happened, those who weren't here the last time probably didn't see it, but I got a thing in the mail. And I'm so happy about it. Oh, that's a bunch of bandits. And you have no food. It's the first time I have something I've designed that's not for someone else. And it's kind of a nice feeling. Oh, fuck. A flamethrower guy, there's a bandit there. Stand your guard. I'm not gonna heal everybody today. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and see. I did get a list of adherents from the Changeling, right? Which day was it? It was 2 days ago, right? Changeling's note. Bad Grief the Thief, Foreman the Villain, Alexander the Cruel, Katerina the Deceived, Lara the Vengeful, Julia, Anna, Aspity, and Reuben. Maybe those are the ones that I need to heal. In addition to my own, that is. I just don't know if I can. I only have 4 panaceas. And I don't know how many of those people are gonna be sick. Holy fuck, that was close. There you are, Haruspex. I've got good news and bad news for you, Onion. I'm listening. You asked me to find out the exact location of the underground clot from which the sand pest bacteria could have gotten onto the surface. I did. Have you succeeded? The thing is, it's everywhere. The deposits are sprawling beneath the whole town like kraken tentacles. They originate in the old cattle husbandry place on the other side of the Gorgon. The ground is soaked in it. So, what is the good news then? The good news is that the deposits lie very deep. They're covered by so many layers of solid soil that no barrel could ever reach them. An extremely deep hole would have to be drilled to puncture those clots and spill their contents into the groundwaters. But it's already been spilled, as you can see. What are the abattoir's thoughts on the matter? The abattoir's voice is my voice now, Onion, and I tell you this. Oyun used to run things poorly. His bloodline was akin to mine, but he kept failing to learn the lines. He has committed numerous mistakes recently. I think it was he that dipped out the pest from the cavities 5 years ago. A bold hypothesis. What about now? I suspect he tried to bury the pest in the steppe not so long ago. I have no idea why. That was the greatest sacrilege, and my father tried to intervene. He went to the steppe to reinter this nightmarish burial ground. He must have burned it, but couldn't come out unscathed. You know how it went after that. How probable is that your father failed to destroy that? Gulp. I have other things on my mind now, Onion. Playing safe is pointless. I'm only thinking about mitigating the consequences of the disaster. I want the sand pest to be no more a threat to the local population than chickenpox is. Well, vaccine's already been produced, right? As has been the serum, so why fret? Well, I never. Spoken like a truly wise man. Thankfully, I at least can still keep a cool head. The town is inextricably connected to the soil, and the only way to defeat the disease is by destroying its source. Wait, Onion! Do not give out hasty orders. I swear to you, by tomorrow morning I'll find a way to produce so much medicine for the disease that there won't be a need to destroy it. By tomorrow morning? Yes. But only if the people that need to be saved are alive. I've told you about them, remember? The kids that'll build a new town here in 10 years. A town even more beautiful than the current one. I'll think about it. Have you told me about those people? I seriously don't remember. You have. Tayatichik, Chieftain Notkin, Blessed Grace, Murky and Sticky, and Khan. Okay, so I have the lists of the people. Take care and stay safe, Jin. Thank you for popping by. Alright, so I think that is today done. Now the only problem is I don't really have any more Schmauder or Panaceas. Which means 4 is all I can do. Holy fuck, that was close. So if there are any more than 4 people that need to be cured tomorrow, I cannot do that. And I don't know if I can find any more. Oh, fuck. Stupid angel cloud, go away. Thank you. And I don't know if I can get any more of any kind of curatives that can actually take care of the plague. So that's a little bit of a problem. The only ones who had any of the Schmauders were the really small kids I haven't seen in ages. Because they are in the tower. And I can't get into the tower. I don't really think I'm gonna need much more ammunition and stuff. Right now I feel like my only real concern is getting plague healing items. And I don't think I can actually get any more of those. Unless I can tomorrow if I hurry like a lot. I am going through a lot of dilemmas in my head right now. The only good thing that I have now learned is that the older Olgimski doesn't seem to be anybody's... bound. Guess I missed a bunch of the story. What's up with the guns? And was the lady saying the plague was due to two worlds converging? Yeah, pretty much. She's one of the more mystical people of the town. And I don't entirely understand what the fuck she's talking about. The thing with the guns is, well, the military was called in to contain the plague within the city. And their way of containing the plague is, well, that. And that. So you really don't want to be sick in this town right now, because you are gonna get a bullet in your head. Basically, everybody seems to have a different idea of what the disease is and where it came from. Yeah, if 1950s had angel-shaped clouds that try to give you plague. Fuck. Ran straight into one. Oh yeah, 3/4 of them have already been shot as well, Thunderlane. So they are not immune. But they are expendable. We talked to the military commander in town, and he was already complaining about the losses. I'm just trying to not get the plague myself. Which is actually surprisingly hard, considering the plague clouds seem to be partially sentient, considering they're fucking homing into me. And the angel-shaped ones, they do harass me, but they won't infect me if I stand still. So it's, all a little bit weird. Which is kinda why I'm starting to believe in the more metaphysical explanations of the more mystical inhabitants of the town. Yeah, don't worry, Sailor. I have very little idea about what's going on, and I've played through the game so far. To be completely frank, it seems like the plague thing is kind of a secondary thing, in a sense. And really the main thing seems to be more about... really what Maria Kane was talking about. The whole clashing of civilization with clashing of human nature. And just otherworldly things. That's why everything seems to be divided in 3. Even the characters, because there are 3 characters to choose from in the game. Bachelor, whom we're playing with. He's clearly the one who represents a civilization, a man of science. Then there's the Haruspex, a man of nature. The one who is the man of nature, the man of instinct. Who is of the people of the steppe, the outsiders of the town, in a sense. The ones who are the only ones who are allowed to do the rights of the nature folk. And then there's the changeling who represents the more miraculous aspect of everything. And in the same sense, the city has been divided into the poor who are more in tune with the nature, the rich who are the more civilized, and then the more mystical, metaphysical artsy people in the middle. It seems like everything in the game is going around that grouping of 3. And that kind of stuff seems to kind of take precedence over the actual plague. The plague, to me, so far seems like it's kind of a...
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
The plague, to me, seems like a bit of a manifestation of the clashing of these 3 aspects together. Yeah, and I agree with that, Thunderlane. It's not really a horror game. It's much more about despair and kind of inevitability. Hi, Arcturian. And Happy New Year to you too. So far, all is good. Except in this town, where everything is constantly pretty bad. Let's go see the latest mime performance. Because this is the final day, and I'm kinda feeling like this might be the most enlightening mime performance. I'm also noticing one thing. I don't see guards or plagues today. At least not yet.
Whatever you do, you'll have to sacrifice something.
Destruction is inevitable. There's no miraculous way out.
So that's what their thought process is, see? There was nothing to hope for from the start. Each of them should simply fulfill their purpose. At least, we'll see which one works best.
Each of them wants to save that which is dear to them. Perhaps they could get along?
Out to the question. The meeting chamber is tight, with the general sitting at one side of the table and the Inquisitor sitting at the other. Only one of them will decide. The others will die.
Well. That was something. Evening letter from the Inquisitor, day 11. So be it. Tomorrow they are going to pay the full price of their arrogance. Each one of us will keep their word and fulfill their duty. We will appease the higher justice and in doing so avenge ourselves. Not one of us is going to act against the truth. Congratulations, Dankovsky. Our elegant maneuver was a success. We took the winnings and placed our opponents into a position in which they have no other choice but to vanish. Council is tomorrow. Legal considerations require it be held in the presence of someone serving as a representative of the local authorities. The 3 ruling families are completely bankrupt, however, so the so-called mistress would attend the council in their stead. She will vouch for our intentions before the townsfolk. Do you have any binding obligations towards the families in power? If so, this may become an issue tomorrow. It would be a shame if you weren't allowed to attend the proceedings. Alas, the law is the law, and I won't be able to do anything about it. Sounds like a threat, you bitch. Alright, so, generally the day starts at 7 AM. We should probably sleep until 7 AM. And see what happens. But so far this is interesting. You did see how full of plague, full of guards, every place was yesterday. And so far today, even if it is very early in the morning, everything seems quite peaceful compared to how it was yesterday. The town even has its normal color, whereas before it was different colors for cured districts and ill districts and everything. Alright, Tuber, thank you for popping by, and do have a good new year. So 5 hours. Almost 7. Morning of the 12th day. Today is the final day. You have less than 14 hours to make the right choice. Final proceedings. This is the last day we have left. The choice has to be made. Let's do a hard save here. Let's go to the cathedral then and check things out. Something's going on here. Hello there, Executor. You are too early. The Queens will be deciding upon the fate of the remains of the wretched town at 7 o'clock. As for now, the cathedral is closed. What? Isn't it already 7 o'clock? Maybe I need to go inside and outside again. Or they're going to decide 7 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, 7 o'clock in the evening. Happy New Year, S7. Alright, so we have gotten names of the adherents. So maybe we should go through the places we know the adherents of people live and try to cure everyone we can. I really don't know what else we could do today. Check our own adherents. That should be the first thing. Let's check the doors of the canes. If there are any executors around. And since we're here, we should climb up there and see Khan. Because he's one of the adherents of the Haruspecs. I mean, he should be fine, I guess. Assuming he's been in the polyhedron all the time. Right now I'm just guessing about what I'm supposed to even do. Now that was a letter. I was told you were looking for an alternative way, Onion. I know what we must do. We have no other choice but to offer an inordinate sacrifice. Doing so is still the most humane thing that can be done. If you think you trust my judgment, come and see me and I will tell you the details of it. I'm running out of time. So much has happened recently that I feel as if I'm being torn in two. Help me, Burak. Because I wonder if he's still in the same place. Maybe. Anyway, we're almost at Khan, so... see him first. Except... that we can't. Because there's nobody here. So that was a... complete waste of time. Okay, I'm just going to assume then that Khan is fine. Not much else I can do. Just had to check. Beepity boppity beepity boppity, let's go down the stairs. I do know one person also who is ill, at least. So if we're gonna go see Burak, or the Haruspecs, we could drop by Ruben's place and pop one of the panaceas to him. At the same time, we can check whether the Fortress of the Children has any of those executors that designate this person is sick. We'll see as we go through places. The more northern reaches of this district are also places we might have to check and go around, looking if there are more ill people. 'Cause I'll be honest, I don't know all of the names of those characters. I don't remember, for example, who's Oyun. Do you remember the letter I sent you? The time has come. The victory I'm trying to lead you to is not enabled by reason. It is made possible by faith alone. You cannot prove it, you can only feel it deep within your heart. I'm in the left wing of the termitary, so come along if you want to talk. My plan is the only one that will work. Nothing has to die. Clara. There we go. Changeling has also sent us a request now, so... we have 2 places to go. I am not sure of a lot of things, to be honest. What I am sure is that I want to check somebody's ill here, apparently. Have a panacea. Who were you again?
Where are my daredevils?
Notkin. Yeah, this was what I wanted to check. Going through these places. Trying to find anybody who's sick. That will give me an idea of how many people are sick. And how many people can I cure. And can I cure the bound of one of the other characters? Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah, Thunderlane. Do you believe in the sciences? The more naturalistic folk beliefs of medicine? Or are you going to go with neither of them is the answer to this, and what we need is a miracle? That has clearly been the kind of theme in the game. Because we as a Bachelor have been trying to find a scientific explanation for the disease. And trying to find a way to create vaccines and stuff like that. Whereas the Haruspex has been using folk wisdom to try and find a more natural cure to the disease. Whereas the Changeling has gone around saying that she's been doing miracles. It's all been between those 3 things. Hi.
The town can
I hope you are happier than I am, Onion.
I know how to make enough panacea.
So you have mustered up the resolve to... What about you? I am in doubt, Onion. All this time I have been walking between 2 paths. I hope that eventually they will converge into one, but they went into different directions. I know how to preserve the town without risk. I could have shown you the proof I promised. I was a bit short in time. Then tell me how you would do this. I would destroy the polyhedron. This is the price that has to be paid for procuring enough raw material to create tons of panacea. I would keep the settlement, of course, and abandon dangerous places 100-fold worse than an inhabited one that's ruled with resolve. So you would demolish the polyhedron. That's your price for saving the town. But how would this powder keg of a settlement be ruled? I would tackle the hardest task myself, ruling the dome that's covering the debts. The living path as a protective crust I'd pass over to the new generation of rulers brought up by Capella. If another outbreak ever happens, we'll have enough panacea to nip the epidemic in the bud. Next generation of the rulers, you mean your bound children? Yes, exactly. Olgimskaya has marked them, and her mark is not of this world. She's never wrong. Say, if you took it upon yourself to take care of them, I'd have time to prepare my arguments before evening and could attend the council well prepared. But Changeling has ruined them, and now some of them are dying. I suppose I could try helping them. Really? Then I could present the commander with arguments in favor of a proposal that will preserve the town at the cost of destroying the tower. This is a wise arrangement, as my heart tells me, a lasting one. I'm thinking about the future of my community. What do you need? I will be present at the council. If I know for sure that the children Capella is entrusted with me alive, then the time I've been meaning to spend making my rounds, I'll instead spend preparing on my evidence. Will you help me with my bound? Do you have your panacea? No, Onion, I don't. That's the problem. I am out of panacea. I'll have to use the last flask and the last batch of ingredients at the council as an argument in favor of my proposal. Well, that kinda sucks. Couldn't even give me any more, and I only have 2 left. So if there are any more than 2 to go, I'm seriously fucked. Well, I'm not fucked. I just can't cure everyone. I feel like this part of the game may be, in a sense, easier if I were to play with the Haruspecs. If I could produce Panacea myself, but I don't know if that even is possible. Inquisitor's reminder. Tonight at 7, proceedings will be held at the town cathedral. I earnestly request your attendance. You will introduce your argument before this obtuse commander in order to substantiate our, I should hope, decision. I also ask you to put all your current affairs in order before the proceedings. The situation is at a stalemate. Whatever authority I wield is not enough to guarantee that the right decision is enforced. I rely upon your discretion as well as your decency. A letter from the powers that be. Bachelor, we thought we should write because you don't seem to be listening to what we tell you. You've gotten out of hand. As of late, you keep doing whatever you please. This is unacceptable. You're spoiling the game. If this letter reaches you in good time, do come to the Polyhedron. They will let you inside. Keep your eyes tightly closed, descend to the bottom and say 345, open your eyes. We'd like to have a little chat with you. The people who own you. I would just kind of like to know if there's a way to know if I've cured the bound of another person and I went to the wrong fucking fork again. That is also possible, Thunderlane. I'm just not sure. But I want to try. I am, after all, a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes. My only problem, of course, is that I am not sure how to make sure if I've even checked everyone. I should probably... well, actually, I have an idea. I'll do one thing. I have to go through the letters. Because I have a list of my bound. Where's my pen? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll make a list of the people. Changeling's choice. Oh, come on. Changeling. Bad grief. And we checked him. Foreman the villain. I don't remember who Foreman is. Alexander. I'm not sure who Alexander is. Katerina? Oh, right, now I know. Lara. Julia. Anna. Aspidi. And Rubin. I cured Rubin earlier. Haruspex. Aya. Notkin. Grace. Murky and Sticky. And Khan. Alright, we're very close to 2 of those people, so I'm gonna check them out. That's Aspidy's place, so Aspidy's fine because there's nobody outside. Grace is at the graveyard, so let's go check the graveyard. There's still 10 hours to go, so plenty of time. Just gotta guide myself with a map. And if nothing else, I can, by doing this, I can be sure that you're sick as well. Here's a panacea. Did I get another? Was that just a save note? The bound... Okay, that's how we know. The bound of the Haruspecs are alive and well. Alright. So now we then know Haruspecs' ones are okay now. So all that is left are... to check the Changeling's ones. Let's go talk to the Changeling first. I still don't remember who Foreman is. I'm gonna actually Google it because I wanna check. Pathologic. Foreman. I've never seen that man before. No wonder I have no fucking idea who he is. And Alexander and Katerina were the Saburovs. Lara, Julia, and Anna, they are the 3 women. I've actually cured 2 of them already before, right? Because I cured Lara and Anna. Several days earlier. I hope they're not sick again, because if they are, then I've fucked myself by curing them too early. She said she's in the left wing of the termitory, right? Or what did she say? Left wing of the termitory. What does left wing of the termitory mean? But in a way, Thunderlane, I think the game hasn't been designed that you cannot cure them all. I just think they've made it really fucking difficult, because if I had not fucked up earlier, I would have one more Schmauder, which is one of the curative items I could use. But because I fucked up, I had to use it myself.
My hands are tired and
Well,
my
good for you.
palms are tingling.
See how everything turns out. Who could have thought? You have to sacrifice something, either the town or the polyhedron. One of the queens wants to destroy the Wondrous Tower, the other seeks to raise as much as possible just to make sure. Do you have a different solution? If my confidants are alive, I will come to the council with you, and there won't be a single queen there that I won't be able to convince to my cause. Are you absolutely sure they're alive? Do you really want me to come to the council? Yes, I'm sure you're bound out well. Come to the cathedral and I'll give you the right to decide. Clara will come to the cathedral. If I let her make the ultimate decision, she will force the commander to withdraw his troops.
Are you sure you're in good health?
I wonder if they are now... Does that mean that they are all alive and well? That she agreed to come, or did I just say that they are? I'm assuming that's the place where the foreman would be, which means he's likely fine. Then let's check Alexander, Katerina, Lara, Julia, and Anna. 3 of them are here, then those are the rest. We should have one more. We have one more panacea. Let's see how this is gonna go, because I have no fucking idea. All I know is that the town is really fucking quiet. Seems to be absolutely nobody here. Other than a couple of guards here and there. The plague seems to be gone. It's actually eerie to be able to walk around without having to fear something all the time. It's a very, very strange sensation. Alright, so Alexander Saburov seems fine. There are no executors there. Let's actually check Katerina's place at the same time and then go to Anna's. This is where Alexander Saburov lives. Katerina Saburova on the other side. How's she? Seems fine. Alexander and Katerina. Fun fact, by the way, Babylon 5 is the first game, is the first piece of fiction, first place where I understood, where I found out about that surname thing in Russian. Because Susan Ivanova's brother was Ivanov. And I was like, fuck's that all about? That's why the same thing doesn't really bother me here. Katerina Saburova. Alexander Saburov. Grigory Kane and Maria Kana. I just wonder how many people might have put that off as a typo. Just wondering. I'm sure somebody has. Lol, cheap game. They put an A behind that surname even though they're a Kane. Or something like that. Just a completely random and useless thought. But it was still a thought. Granted, not all thoughts are valuable. Or there's Julia. No executors. Or I think Clara demands that all of her adherents are fine before she agrees. Because there's only one left. And I think we've already cured her before, so I think we might have cured everyone. Yep, seems so. And we have one panacea to go. Nice. So hunting for those schmauders from the kids was worth it. Had we not done that, we would have been short. Because I remember we bought at least 2 schmauders. And we found 1 schmauder. Then we used 1 schmauder. No, we bought 3 schmauders now. No, we got another schmauder as quest reward, so we bought 2. Got 1. Then got another one. We used 1 ourselves. And if we hadn't bought those schmauders, instead of having 1 to spare, we would have been 1 short. Right, and we were asked to come over. Well, not really asked. More like demanded. To come over there. By the powers that own us. They've gone from the powers that be to the ones that own us. Yeah, I think that means that Clara's adherents are fine, because the Harrospex's one gave us a list, whereas Clara just outright said that all of my adherents have to be... Hi, Adam. She just directly said that all my adherents have to be fine before I'll agree. So I'm kind of assuming that... yeah, I'm assuming that too. That, I was kind of assuming that I had to have all of her adherents cured before she would accept. And it seems reasonable, considering what has happened. Was that about Russian names of the last names are based in gender? Didn't know about that. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I learned, that there's, at least in some cases, you know, for example, in this one, the male names are... Do we have any of them in here that I could show? Yeah. For example, these are the same family. Georgiou Kane and Victor Kane, but then the relative who is... a woman is Maria Kena. And the same thing is with here. It's Katerina Saburov. Sorry, Alexander Saburov and Katerina Saburova. So yeah, it has to do with gender, which was... thing, huh? Because we've been to a funeral. They've been sending us out to the garden for 10 days in a row, that's so we wouldn't get in anyone's way. They've been taking us to the cemetery for a week now, Bachelor. And if you keep being naughty, I'll take you with me next time and leave among the wretches so that you can know better. So, who died on you? No one did. No one ever does. Why's he asking about it? No need to cry. Oh, come on. Indeed, it was a sandbox plague. The children who were playing there must have been on their way home from the funeral. A sorrowful game may have seemed an appropriate diversion to them. Maybe they simply felt their childhood was slipping away. One way or another, the hero has been bitterly deceived. The hero was but a puppet striving to help the imaginary population of a town that was nothing more than a drawing. Strangely, there is still not a word to be heard from the powers that be. Perhaps they became bored of it all, or were called back home for only I will be more humane. Hey, look, it's Bachelor. Wow, he's so big. How did you find us? They've already told you, right? So, you little pricks, tell me everything you know before I beat the living hell out of you. So the powers that be are you. I want you to tell me everything. No problem. What do you want to know? What diabolical game are you playing? Look, it's a magic sandbox. See how it reflects in the mirrors? It's because everything's for real there. Here's a town. We've made it out of sand. And there's this awful thing going on there. An epidemic. So it's all crumbling. The town's falling apart, but we've sent heroes there to fix it. Fix it, huh? It's rotting, see? Ew, we hope they think of something. Muradin's sand, at least. They're magical too. You know, the heroes are. Take you, for example. Look how it all worked out. You used to be a doll and now you're alive. Perhaps the rest also work like this. Did you know your dolls were alive? Everything's alive around here. It's the structure. It brings things to life. It's not like we're twisting anyone's arm. It just happens. All of its own. We only built the town and then it became miraculous all on its own. And the dolls, we just stuck the throwaway ones in. They were lame anyway. Oh, sorry. That's... very confused. You've arrived at a very weird time. A very weird time indeed. Well, if this is all a part of a child's imagination, at least that would explain one thing. Well, actually, that would explain a lot of things, to be honest. This is one of those moments where my thoughts are just going round and round and round, trying to make sense of it all. And it's hard to formulate any kind of a rational thought to actually put into words. Because that was very weird. Things are happening, that much is certain. That does put an interesting twist to the whole thing, because if this is just a game that two kids are playing after a funeral, that would kind of work with the themes that have been going around about the growing up, how it would be safer to stay a child. still sheltered inside your imaginary building. Kind of staying there in your rosy dreams, untouched by the evil that comes from the growing up reality. That would kinda make sense. I am just a wee bit confused. Hi, Executor. How's it going? Come in, they're waiting for you. Oh, take my coat and bag, then. Hi. The hero is a doll, but so are the children. The real game is what's happening between you and us. I cannot leave Bachelor's body. You're imposing your limits upon me. Bachelor has lost its battle for freedom since the very day he was born. What about you? I wanted to stop the epidemic, even a make-believe one. Did you understand what the epidemic really was? It was truly rather obvious. A toy danger that has ravaged a toy town. Was the disease the true evil, though? The disease is only a method, the weapon of evil, just like a scalpel in a bachelor's hands. The disease will go devouring itself. Then there'll be war, famine, heresy. Was it really worth all the effort? Look around. All this for a single wretched town? No, it was the town that had been built for you, not the other way around. We apologize if it's been a disappointment. Are you curious as to what fate I'll choose for the town? We have to make sure that it truly is you who's making the decision. Are you absolutely positive that your choice is not predetermined by anyone or anything? Could it have been otherwise? Absolutely. When every step you take has been predicted, you're still free to either take it or not. When it has been foreseen, however, you remain a mere puppet in someone else's hands. Being my puppeteer is a good position for you. You see how sad our fortune is. We put all our hopes in you. We poor actors were hoping you'd become the director of a new show. The old one's been beaten to death, but you turned out to be a doll. But I'm not a doll. Did I hear you right? Who is it speaking? Me, the player. Oh, then I apologize profusely. You're definitely not a doll, but that seems to be unhelpful for a hero right now. He is humiliated, crushed, but most importantly, he's deprived of the power that we have all hoped for. By the way, are you still willing to take responsibility for him? Well, yeah, he's my responsibility. I will stay with him to the very end. His words shall be my words, and his deed my deeds. Oh, then I apologize once again. Perhaps not all is lost yet. Let's wait for the finale and see if the day brings any surprises. We still have a chance to play in a drama with an unpredictable story. Watch me act. Kind sir, can I help you with something? Tell me, who are you in this puppet world? We do not belong to the puppet shows. We are the actors of mime performance. I, for example, am a miserable actor. My line of character is always moaning the inevitable losses. Our repertoire is quite limited, really. The esteemed impresario may have oversold the importance of the local theatre. Are you a child? I'm exactly what you think I am. A collection of poorly rendered polygons on a screen. Why are you giving me that look? Don't ascribe a more important role to me than the one I've been assigned from the very beginning. I'll fill the bigger role. The mask isn't expressive enough. Undoubtedly. Kind of feels like that was the last lull of the devs in a This is very strange, but that does raise a kind of a good point. Why would why would we be so emotionally invested in curing a toy plague in a toy town? I kind of feel like that, yeah, Thunderlane. It's like the player. It's like the player is the children, and those two were the actual game developers talking to me. That's kind of how it feels like. That in this context we are the children playing in the sandbox. Who knows what kind of things we have in our mind when we play, and how that affects in the way we do play. That is quite curious. And now my brain is in a state of quite large what the fuckery. In a good way. Granted, that gives me a little bit of a problem with having a problem formulating reasonable thoughts. Because this is fucking confusing. But also kinda not. In a way it all makes sense, but in a way it doesn't. None of this really does matter now, does it? You know? And it's kind of weird that it feels like the game developers acknowledge it in a sense. Or in the legendary words of an ice hockey player. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? Come, Bachelor, the assembly is waiting your decision. Deliver your checkmate. Now everything will be decided. The Inquisitor lass seems to think she's used you. Confused? Don't fret. She's also nothing. Everything was leading to this. You're now acting in the interest of inevitability. You can't get away from it. Evil conquers all. With all the computer learning and AI, it's not too unreasonable to see the game as predicting the future where we control a character in a game, but the character feels that he's their own being. Yeah. There is a disconnect between the player and the character, even in that case, when they're semi-sentient, if they were. Hello there.
It's so cold.
Well, are you planning to make up your mind anytime soon? I'd still like to know how you're going to keep the town intact. No, Bachelor. You'll never understand this. You're very smart, but your intelligence holds you back. You will never come to understand my truth. Even though you're close to Marie and believe in Simon's abilities, you're still all too far from understanding the higher purpose of things. And my truth only comes on that level. Why are you so displeased with my intelligence? Your victory is a victory of pure reason. Look, just like we all, you've reconstructed a picture of a whole universe, found the root of what happened, but your picture is austere and bare bones. You've merely come to understand the mechanics of the events. You're generally a mechanic of a medic. And who are you, then? Me and Burak, we are different, much more profound, believe me. Your world is mechanically consistent. That is an actual fucking typo. Consistent and rational. You want to keep what is reasonable to keep and to destroy what is necessary to destroy in order to complete your tragic mission with minimal risk. If it were so, I would not have taken you to the cathedral, changeling. And there Maria stands. She looks at you hopefully, her velvet eyes already ripe with scarlet fire. What is she waiting for, then? What is she doing here at all? Oh, waiting for my decision, I guess.
What?
Is it true that the commander has acknowledged you as a heavenly harbinger and is now obeying your will? Would I ever have the right to be called a heavenly harbinger if I had my own will? Does the commander serve me? Oh, how stupid you are, Bachelor. When speaking of matters of this kind, the commander is a knight. His heart is sensitive in a very unique way. He has realized who is to be served now. What is to happen to him now? I'm not impartial to his fate too. Are you afraid that he will die? Don't. The powers that be have in fact given him an order to no less hypocritical than the one you received. He will be spared, I think. They just need to find a new battle for him. So many fires, so many abysses he's to walk through, each of them eagerly prepared by the powers to become his grave. Yet he has overcome all hardship. With your help, I guess? To become a dictator and a tyrant eventually. Are you afraid that too much blood will be spilled before the light of truth triumphs over the world? Don't. Yes, guns will destroy many before the war is ended, but when it ends, it will end forever. All earthly kingdoms will unite and exist in consent. There will be but one law. You're laughing at me. In reality, you already know he's doomed. Just don't think I don't feel sorry for him. He's noble, honest, and a true hero, an Alexander. Yes, he's destined to die, but we will save the town. Make your choice. I am curious as of to one thing. I just want to go talk to her before I go there again. Just out of curiosity. Because now that I know more about the world, how in a way it is all a children's game, and in a way the game itself acknowledges it's just a game. That makes some of the things the Changeling... some of the ways the Changeling has acted. It puts them in a different light, and I now want to know more about the Changeling. She seems more in tune with everything that's going on than the Bachelor or the Harrowspecks do. Time for a new game plus. I very much am now curious to play the Changelings campaign, which was locked until you play through one of the other campaigns. This revelation has put some things into new perspective. And all of the things that I thought I knew, well, I kinda do. But I also kinda don't. Because in the context of what's happening within this sandbox, yeah, I've learned a lot about the internal relations of the characters in here, and I've learned a lot about the plague as well, yes. But now I've also learned that even within the context of the game, it is all a game. In two different ways. And I kinda feel like Changeling knows something more than I do now. That's why I want to talk to the Changeling. That's why I want to play through her campaign now. I'm not gonna play through it immediately, I'm still sticking by my other plans. But I am considering putting the Changeling campaign as something that I'm gonna play in the future. I think I've said on Discord that I'll probably put a 6-month period before I'm gonna play another campaign of Pathologic. But I feel like I really, really want to do that now. Because this whole fourth wall break stuff has really confused my mind.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
The time is almost up. Soon the barrier... Are you aware that we're toys? Okay, now I definitely want to play through Changeling's campaign, because what the fuck is going to happen there? Of course I am. Were you not? How long were you aware of that? I'm aware of something else too. I am. Almost everyone we've come across in the past few days are toys. Honest to God, toys. Some creatures here are more intricate. Ooh. You and me, for example. You surely understand quite a lot about yourself. You feel a powerful will standing behind you. And I'm going to surprise you quite a lot. What would you have done if you knew beforehand? I have no idea, to be honest. Acted more confidently? Little puppets we are, true, but it's not the puppet that matters, but whose hand controls it. Have you seen them? Yes. They probably think themselves so big. Think they're real human creatures. Little baby kids, don't they? Aren't they? I wouldn't be so sure. I have a gut feeling about it. That's my knack. What can I do? And a Harrowspex is still probably thinking he's a Harrowspex, isn't he? Although he doesn't seem to care. He would have got on very well with those kids. Tell me what you know. I've already told you everything. I don't know anything, but I sense a lot. See you, Bachelor. I really want to play through the Changeling campaign now. She knows. She knows this is all a game. How is that gonna affect... the actual gameplay with her. Her knowing it's a game, and she's just a character in a video game. I'm sorry, I'm currently in a moment where pretty much all I can do is have my jaw open. I don't know, Thunderlane, but I really, really want to know now. At the very least, I now understand why the Changelings campaign is locked from the beginning. Because if she knows... I'm just... quite flabbergasted at this moment. I've been saying from the beginning that this is a very, very Slav game. In the sense that it's a lot about existentialism, inevitability, and all that kind of stuff. But I did not expect them to go that deep with those things. I had just expected it to be pretty much that. A bit more surface level. You know, the kind of pressure of doing what you have to do as quickly as possible because you're always running out of time and stuff. That is still there, don't get me wrong. That's still a big part of the game. But I did not expect the extra layer of the game kind of putting it to you. You do know it's just a game. And on top of that, make some of the characters in the game realize it's a game. I know, Thunderlane, and that's the fucking weird part. It's... But in context of everything else that has happened, it's kind of brilliant. 5, 6 o'clock, and
from a
almost 7 o'clock.
dimension far away, flying through gates of madness and into your heart.
Hi, Cthulhu. How's it going? I hope you're doing fine. Well, apparently I'm playing a video game, Cthulhu, so... That's how I'm doing. And the game is asking me, why do I care so much? It's just a game. And I don't have a good answer, actually. And that's kind of the weird, that's kind of the poor part. I don't have an answer to the game asking me a question why I care about the game. And maybe that is kind of the worst part of it all. Why do we care so much about things? Come, Bachelor, the Assembly is awaiting your decision. Deliver your checkmate, mate. Do I have laughter from under your ugly beak again, you bastard? Yeah, I've seen this shit already. Let's get back to talking to... I just had to go back. Because of her.
Neither the town.
Let's just still go through this. Now, what do we do?
The caprice of our
I knew you
temper
would come.
is even more
Oh, yes,
whimsical
I
than that
came.
of fortune.
So,
If we're in the majority, the fragile polyhedron
when will you
be
begin to
left
execute your
untouched.
design?
Childhood will not dissolve into thick time, and will live the eternal wonder.
I've already begun, Madnil. When the night falls and the wind scatters the smoke over the scorched earth and the dust of the buildings demolished settles, you will see several new constellations light up in the sky that will plunge their light towards us, and when the first specks of light reach the castellations of the polyhedron, a miracle will happen. What will they be like? How are you going to call them? I'll see, but I expect them to be mostly red. Ruby, scarlet, crimson, carmine, mallow, mahogany, vermilion, garnet, rosehair, pink, burgundy. Perhaps you may even notice something familiar in the structure of these constellations. Where will they come from? They've existed for a long time already. People just couldn't see them before because their light was hurrying towards us from far beyond. Now the first rays of the stars are about to reach our surfaces. We'll see their light reflected in the specular planes of the preserved polyhedron. What will become of your family? Perishing, burning down, dissolving without a trace. This is my family's destiny. It happened to my mother, it happened to Simon. Tomorrow Georgie dies and my father will fade out in a week. And in 10 years, when my town is complete, I will pass on in the same fashion. What will happen to the children? Will he expel them from the tower? There's nothing to be done about it. They have to free up the space for the new guests. My brother will become embittered, betray me, and rebel against me, but I will find a way to deal with him. He will cower behind Capella's back willingly when my mother's eyes frown and glare at him. Have you become a mistress already? No, I haven't. You won't see it here, unless you're planning to stay, of course. Consider the pros and the cons, and I'm staying, I guess.
The weapon security must be tightened.
Where shall you point the weapon? There's no need to destroy anything. We can do all together without gunfire and preserve the world as it is. You believed Clara. You passed the right to decide to her. I want the Inquisitor to hear this. Yeah, I do. I'm sure, Commander, the choice has been made. Let's see how it happens with her. The polyhedron will not survive without a town. The town is hardly more than a machine pumping death from the very bowels of hell. This, however, is the only town where the polyhedron could exist. Let things remain as they are. The constant threat of a pandemic is a fair price to pay for the chance of something like the tower to appear.
There's little time left.
Yeah, let's not waste any time on unnecessary speeches. But I'm indeed powerless, as you can see. I'm accused of having arranged your discovery. I've lost my vote of confidence, so tell them whose discovery it is, for the laurels are yours. Well.
Did you see anything?
We're being manipulated.
Wait and see the consequences of your decision. It will all be over by 12.
However astute,
I'm looking forward to
you
midnight.
are unable to fathom the extent of the evil you're
You're a
doing.
midnight creature, aren't you? Wait until midnight and see what's going to happen, I guess. What will happen to the town? What will happen in general? I have no fucking idea. After all, even the game knows it's a video game, so you never know what the fuck is gonna go. Four hours. I don't care if I'm hungry. What I do care about is... it is almost midnight. And I want to see how it all ends. I am now actually very fucking curious to see what the hell is gonna happen. Time. This one time that I'd like you to move forward quickly. You're still moving at a snail's pace. Not gonna see too many constellations in this weather though. I'm still kind of disappointed that they didn't make that clock actually work. Almost midnight. Oh. Well, the town lived on as it was. People still dying in front of a sandbox. So I guess that's kind of a happy ending. I mean... well, not everyone. People still kept dying, but... it was kinda nice. This is one of those games where after the end I'm very fucking confused. But that's fine. It's the kind of good kind of confused, in a sense, I'd say. I'm not displeased in my confusion right now. But I also know that I can't really formulate my thoughts quite in the same way that I usually can, because... well, you've seen the game. It is not a simple thing to explain in any shape, way, or form. But I do really, really want to play the Changelings campaign now at some point. That much I'm certain of. No getting around that. Anyway, it is now over. And next thing we are going to do is on Monday we are finally going to start the Legacy of Kain series playthrough, which this time is going to be actually properly finished. We are going to actually start from the beginning, go all the way to the end, because I've tested the games. They all work. None of the bugs we had the last time were apparent this time, so it's going to be a fucking blast. But that is it for this time. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you so much for experiencing this weird thing with me. And I'll probably play the Changeling playthrough at some point. But a lot to do before that. And the beginning of the something is the proper start to the year 2022. The Legacy of Kain series playthrough. So, that is it for this time. Thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you soon. But until then, Fintrovert, signing out.